It's been a really long time since the last main series Pokemon games in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out. Between now and then, Pokemon fans have been desperately waiting for some semblance of news on the next Pokemon games. And for almost a year and a half, we got virtually no news on the next Pokemon games whatsoever. That is, until this past Friday, when Nintendo shocked the Pokemon world by announcing the next games in their series, Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. Moreover, in the Nintendo Direct presentation, they also leaked some rather interesting screenshots of these games. So in today's video, I'm going to be discussing these screenshots and doing a very brief analysis on each of them. Let's go ahead and start with this first one here, which seems to be potentially a screenshot of actual gameplay from Sun and Moon. Specifically, it appears to resemble a hotel of some sort in the game. A lot of people have actually been speculating that this is a water-type gym, which I could definitely see. Additionally, supposedly this hotel in-game is modeled after a real hotel in Singapore, which indicates that the region for Sun and Moon might just be based on somewhere in Southeast Asia. Much more on this in future videos, but for now I'm just going to leave it up to your guys' speculation. Another thing I want to point out about this screenshot is that if this is indeed official gameplay, then the player models in this game look a good deal different from 6th generation. It's a bit hard to tell for certain, but I think that Pokemon has moved even further away from the classical player sprites of Gen 1 through 5. Also, I wonder if either of the two people in this screenshot are the main character for this game. I'm actually inclined to think not, but you really never know. Next up, we've got what seems to be an all-new design for the Pokemon centers in Sun and Moon. Now, this screenshot isn't really all that crazy in itself, but to me what it does do that's important is it indicates that Sun and Moon are really 7th generation. Between this screenshot and the past screenshot, it really looks like they're going out of their way to redesign things, which hints that this isn't merely Gen 6.5 like many initially thought, but is truly the next step forward, and for all intents and purposes, Generation 7. So, while I can't be certain, my opinion has somewhat changed into thinking that these games truly are Gen 7 of Pokemon. Next on the agenda, we've got what might just be the most exciting screenshot of all, and this is what many believe to be a new Pokemon. Now, a clarification here, many are saying that this is actually Fletchling and not a new Pokemon, but I'm personally not so sure. If I had to say, I actually sort of do think that it is a new Pokemon. In fact, perhaps what you see here is the first bird Pokemon you see in these games, analogous to Pidgey, Sparrow, Taillow, etc. Once again, we can't be certain, but I think classifying this as a teaser for a new Pokemon in Sun and Moon is a fairly good prediction. Finally, we've got a rather interesting screenshot of what appears to be Pokemon riding in the back of vehicles. Now, we don't actually know 100% if this has anything to do with the games, but if Pokemon could ride in vehicles in Sun and Moon, that would be pretty sick. Some have even gone completely off the deep end and made crazy predictions like you can drive these vehicles and have Pokemon firing off attacks in them, and that's going to be part of a mission in these games. Now, I personally wouldn't go that far, so all I'll say for now is I think this could be hinting at something pretty cool involving vehicles and Pokemon in Sun and Moon. Oh, and one clarification I should definitely make here, none of the Pokemon you see in this screenshot are new Pokemon, unfortunately. The Pokemon you see on the bottom is obviously Blastoise, and the two Pokemon you see in the cart at the top seem to be Machoke and Furfrou. And that's pretty much gonna do it for the screenshots, guys. Pretty interesting stuff overall, and I'm really looking forward to seeing some actual gameplay from Sun and Moon. Well, alright folks, that is pretty much gonna do it for this video. As always, if you enjoyed, be sure to drop me a like down below, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more Pokemon coverage and videos in the future. Also, be sure to let me know your thoughts on all of these screenshots down below in the comments. Otherwise, I hope you all have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video.